everybody, today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up video in my May TBR. So in the month of April, I didn't really read that many books. I don't have any excuse for that except YouTube, and weird side of YouTube, and documentaries on YouTube, and YouTube. I just got like pulled into the depths of YouTube's soul, and it kept me watching its videos for days on end, and that kept me from reading. So yeah, that's my excuse, I'm sorry. But I did read 4 books in April, and these are what they are. Okay, so in March, if you remember, I started reading Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon. That's the second book in the Outlander series. That is this book, and I am still only halfway done with it. Why? Because it's been really slow, very slow. And I know that the book speeds up towards the end, it's just that I really needed something that would really speed up my reading and kind of get me back in the reading mood, because Dragonfly and Amber was so slow that like I kind of felt a slump kind of coming on, and I did not want that slump to take over my life. So I decided to give Dragonfly and Amber a break and pick up Losing It by Cora Comrack. So the reason I picked up Losing It is because new adult books usually pull me out of any slump that I'm in, and they're very fun and easy reads. So that's why I picked up Losing It. Losing It is about a girl named Bliss. I know, Bliss, really. But she wants to lose her virginity before she graduates college. But then she goes out to a bar one night and brings home a nice, charming British fellow. They are about to do the dirty, but then she runs out on him, and then the next day when she goes into class with a new teacher, she finds out the guy that she left naked in her bed is her professor. Don't worry, he's not creepy and old, he's young and hot, but still, he's her professor. So it's a really good book, I highly recommend it. It was really just fun to read. You didn't really have to put too much effort into reading it because it really just flowed easily, and it was a really great book just to read when I was feeling the reading slump coming on. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars for that. So since I was in a new adult mood, I decided to pick up Stay With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Jennifer L. Armentrout is one of my favorite authors out there. She's just awesome, and I love her new adult series so much just because she's a great, diverse writer. She writes new adult, she writes young adult, and they all really tie in nicely together, and I just love them so much. So this book is about a girl named Kala, and Kala goes to college, and Kala's about to graduate college. She's in her last year of it, but right before she goes into the summer of her senior year, her summer of her senior year, she's going to be a senior. It turns out that her druggie of a mother who she left behind 4 years ago in her old hometown decides to take all her money and use it to pay off a drug cartel that still ends up trying to chase her mother and get her, dead or alive. So then Kala is broke and she needs to go back to her hometown, and that's where she meets Jack, a hot bartender who was in the military. Oh, military guys, so hot. And he helps her try to find her mom, try to escape the drug cartel that's now coming after Kala, and it's such a great book. I really enjoyed it. I like just downed it all in like 2 sittings, I think. I read it in like 2 or 3 days. I loved it so much. Give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I give like so many books 5 out of 5 stars. I'm really bad at rating. So after I finished that book, I decided to pick up The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. This book is a young adult novel, and it's kind of like an urban fantasy mixed between the Mortal Instruments and The Daughter of Spoken Bone. It's about these 2 races, the Avesian, I'm hopefully pronouncing that right, who are these like creatures that are like humans, but they have feathers, not everywhere, just like on their head and like backs of their hands, and it's like their hair. And then the Drakara, the other race that I'm forgetting the name of, is descendants of dragons, and they are very, very against each other. They're actually having an underground war against each other in this book. And then there is Echo. Echo is a human that was taken in by one of the Avesian, and she has lived amongst them for many years. And then in the book, she has to go on this journey trying to find the Firebird, and she ends up bumping into the Dragon Prince, who is technically the ruler of the Drakari, whatever the dragon people are. And they have to go on the journey to try to find the Firebird in order to save both races from technically killing each other off. Every single one of them. You know what, I did enjoy this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a good book. It isn't very unique though. It is unique in the sense of the two different races. I love that aspect of it. But there were lots of connections to the Mortal Instruments that I saw in this book, and then The Daughter of Smoke and Bone. You'll see it if you read it, if you read both of those books before. But it wasn't a bad book at all. If you love those books, you'll love this book. I really did enjoy it. That's why I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's just that I saw a lot of similarities from the Mortal Instruments and The Daughter of Smoke and Bone in this book, and I was like, oh, okay. But I was not disappointed. At the end, it was excellent, and I feel like this book will go into a whole entire another direction, and I'm so excited to see where this tale goes. I'm so freaking pumped for the next book. That'll probably be out in a year, so we have some time. Okay, so the 4th book I read in April was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I've seen Colleen Hoover all over the internet, like she's everywhere, and I never really decided to pick up her books up until I was at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, oh, Colleen Hoover, let me go see if her books are here. They were, but not this book, so I had to order it on Amazon. But when I got it, I was super excited to read it. It's about this girl named Tate Collins and this pilot named Miles Archer. And they live in the same apartment complex, and Miles is a pilot and Tate is a nurse. And they want to have no strings attached sex because they have a mutual attraction that is fiery, burning hot. Yeah. But there's also such a deeper storyline to this. It is such a great book. I now know why everybody's just raving about Colleen Hoover books. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. It just, the deeper meaning of this was so wow, and there's like a mysterious aspect to it. It's like, what is Miles Teller not Teller? That is an actor. What is Miles Archer not telling us? And the story kind of unwinds throughout it, and it was just so great. I really enjoyed it. Okay, now on to the May TBR. Because it is large, because I'm like, Sasha, you need to read more books every month, so I'm gonna set a goal that's very large, and you at least have to get through more than half of it. So I'm currently reading Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Everybody's been raving about this book, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read it. So I'm currently like 30 pages in. It's pretty good so far. The world building is very unique because it's like takes place on Mars, and I love sci-fi books. If you guys do not know, they're my baes. So I'm really loving this book so far. So I'll let you know what I think about it in my wrap-up video from May. Then I'm gonna read The Clouded Sky by Megan Crew, and this book is gonna be awesome because the other book, which is Earth and Sky, was fantastic. Oh my god. And then we have some new adult books that I plan on reading this month, and that is Faking It by Cora Comrack and Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I almost forgot her name there, but I remembered it. Also, I'm really determined to finish Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon because I'm going to Scotland next month, and I need to finish this book so I can bring Voyager with me to Scotland. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna freaking happen. I need to read this. I need to read it because I love this story, but it's just a little bit slow right now, and I know I need to get past it, but it's just like, I just need to get past it, and I know I will. I know I will. It just, I love these series. It's so beautiful. Next, I want to read Pretty Girl 13 by Liz Coley. I actually met Liz at the Southern Kentucky Book Fest a few weeks ago, and she told me about her book, and I'm like, yes! Where can I pick up a copy? It sounded just so freaking good. It's about mystery, and it's about abuse and kidnappings, and it's like, I'm just so excited to be reading this book. Just so freaking excited. Then I plan on reading White Raven by J.L. Weil, and I'm so excited to be reading this book. It sounds awesome. If you want to know about all these books in the summaries, I'll be linking their links down below because I know I'm not giving really a summary right now, or else this video will be like 20 minutes long. But the book cover is beautiful. I'm also going to be reading and reviewing Hunted, which is the second book in the Branded series. Can we just like take a moment? Look at his eyebrow. I can't get over it. That eyebrow is on fleek. Okay, but I'm excited to be reading this book as well because, you know, Brandon left off as like, not a cliffhanger, but kind of a cliffhanger, so I want to see the story kind of resolving itself, so yeah. And then lastly, I'll be reading The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. My friends have been talking about this book nonstop, and my friend Jackie, who is a Darlin Books, she has a blog. You should go check it out. I'll also be linking that down below. I'm totally plugging her into like all my videos because she does great reviews, and I highly suggest to go like follow her and stuff. But she recommended this book to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read it. It sounds awesome, so I'm really excited to be reading this book as well. I need some high fantasy badassery, really valley right now, so I feel like I'll get that from this book. I hope so. So that was my wrap up and TBR video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to check out any of these books, I'll be linking them all down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!